Shalom, shalom, Yasharallah. Shalom, shalom, Yasharallah. All praises to Yahweh Mashiach. Indeed, all praises to Yahweh Mashiach. Indeed, His mercy endures forever. Shalom to all of you. As you are coming in, you know that this class is an interactive class. Type your name, the city, and the state where you are currently watching us from. Type your name, the city, and the state where you are currently watching us from. Welcome to Life or Death. The book of Colossians, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Adon Hamashiach, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him. The Most High commands us to do everything to Him via Hamashiach. Hamashiach is the door. Hamashiach is the gate through whom we must, we should, we ought to, and we have to go through. Let's go to the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endeth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Whenever we leave the laws of Yah, whenever we choose to follow after our own selves, we ought to expect death to follow us. We ought to expect death to be our companion because we refuse to follow the word of Yah. We refuse to do what the Most High, through Hamashiach, commands us to do. Let's go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 20. The book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 1. I am the Most High, and the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Again, thou shalt say to the children of Israel, verse, let's go straight to it, to verse 26. Leviticus 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I, the Most High, am holy, and have severed you from other people. The Most High, through Hamashiach, separates us from other people. We are not like the other nations. We are not like the other nations. The other nations, they are below us. The other nations, They cannot be compared to us. Why? Because we are the chosen seed of the house of Israel. We are the people that the Most High loves. That is why Israel, we cannot behave like we used to be. We are a set apart people. As a set apart people, there are rules and regulations. Israel, if you are able to hear us clearly, let us know. There are rules and regulations that we have to abide by. There are things that we cannot do. There are things that we cannot do, and there are things that we can do. Let's go to the book of Leviticus 20 verse 26 again. Leviticus 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me. And ye shall be holy unto me. For I, the Most High, am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine. I see that two of you are watching. The question that we have for you is, what does that really mean? What does that really mean? What does that entail? Because the Most High never said anything for no reason. There is a reason for that. What is the reason? Leviticus 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me. For I, the Most High, am holy, and have severed you, from other people, that ye should be mine. What does that mean? What does that mean, Israel? When it comes to us as a people, we should not neglect anything that the Most High leaves for us in the scriptures. Let's go down to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 1. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 1. When the Most High thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast many nations before thee. Verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So we are above all people. As Israelites, as we Jews, we are above all people. Therefore, we are to let the Negro mind behind. When you are renewed in the spirit, you leave the Negro mind behind. When you are renewed in the spirit, when you are a new man, you do not behave the same way you used to behave when you were in the world. When you are renewed in the spirit, you do not say, "Oh, I am my own camp," or "I do not take part in camps because camps are evil." The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Let's go to the book of Psalm 1. The Negro mind versus the Israelite mind. What does that mean? What does this title entail? The Negro mind against the Israelite mind. In the world, we used to do whatever we wanted to do. In the world, we had no filter. In the world, anything that came in our mouth, we said it. But once you come into the truth, once we become a new man, a new woman in the truth, we do not behave as such anymore. Let's see what what the psalmist says in Psalm 1. When you have the Israelite mind, let's see how you behave. You do not behave the same way you used to behave when you were with your homies in the world. Psalm chapter 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. Once you are a new man, you are in the truth, your circle of friends is changed. Once you are renewed in the spirit, once you have the Israelite mind, your circle of friendship or the people that you associate yourself with is different. Are different, meaning that they are men that are keeping the commandments of Yah. Let's go to the book of Sabbath 37, verse 12. The Negro mind will force you to smoke. The Negro mind will force you to smoke weed. The Negro mind will force you to smoke cigarettes. But the Israelite mind, what will it tell you? What will it force you to do? Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 12. The book of Sirach, chapter 37 and verse 12. But be continually with a godly man, a righteous man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Most High, whose mind is according to thy mind. Meaning you want to keep the laws of Yah. You want to do what the commandments tell you to do. This man of Yah, he will want the same thing. This man of Yah, he is about the business of the Most High through Hamashiach Yahawashai. That is what the Israelite mind is about keeping the commandments of Yah to the best of his abilities, about keeping the commandments of Yah in order to stay sinless. That is what the mind of the Israelite is about. The Negro mind versus the Israelite mind. Psalm chapter 1 verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. That is, anything that is contrary to the Israelite mind, they are part of the Negro mind. Verse 2, but his delight is in the law of Yah, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. Meaning, what he is thinking is constantly about the commandments. He is always in the scriptures to better his life. He is always in the scriptures to make sure that he lives according to the commandments. The Negro mind is not as such. He is about getting high. He is about fulfilling his fleshly pleasures only. Verse 4, verse 3, Psalm chapter 1, verse 3. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth food in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doth shall prosper. For us to be prosperous, for us to be fruitful in our endeavors, they ought to be according to the word of Yah, and we ought to be commandment keepers. Let's see what the Most High told Joshua. Once Moses was about to die, once the Most High was about to take Moses, he told him to pick Joshua, to anoint Joshua to take over. Let's see what the Most High told Joshua in Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. The book of Joshua, chapter 1 and verse 8. That's at verse 6. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Joshua did the separation of the land. Verse 7. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest. Verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do. The verb to do is an action verb. That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Meaning, for Joshua to be successful, he had to apply the laws of Yah in his life. That is the Israelite mind. Applying the laws of Yah. Do what the Most High commands you to do. Do not veer to the left, nor to the right. Many of us, we used to keep the laws of Yah. All of a sudden, we choose not to do what the Most High commands us to do. We are close to the Passover. I know many of you will hear people say that, people that will say that we cannot keep the Passover in the USA. Do not listen to them. In fact, the first Passover, we kept it in Egypt. Do your due diligence to have the mind of an Israelite, not the mind of a Negro. Let's see what Carter G. Woodson say in this book, The Miseducation of the Negro, by our brother Carter G. Woodson. Let's see what he said. The Miseducation of the Negro, page 111. Negroes should study for the professions of all same reasons, for all same reasons, that members of another race should go into these lines of endeavor, and also on account of the particular call to serve the lowly of the race. In case of the law, we should cease to make exceptions because of the possibilities for failure resulting from prejudice against the Negro lawyer and the lack of Negro business enterprises to require his services. Negroes must become like English gentlemen who study the law of the land, not because they intend to practice the profession, but because every gentleman should know the law. What he is saying here is powerful. Many of us, we do not know the law of the lands where we are at. That is why oftentimes we behave the way we are behaving. Let me read it again. In the case of the law, we should cease to make exceptions because of the possibilities for failure resulting from prejudice against the Negro lawyer. Meaning, do not have a defeatist mindset. Many of us, before we even start something, we already put in our mind that we are going to lose. No, that is a defeatist mindset. That is the mindset of a Negro, not the mindset of an Israelite. No. Negroes must become like English gentlemen who study the law of the land, not because they intend to practice the profession, but because every gentleman should know the law. In the interpretation of the law by the courts too, all the rights of the Negroes in this country are involved, and a larger number of us must qualify for this important service. We may have too many lawyers of the wrong kind, but we have not our share of the right kind. Meaning that we are to study the law of the land. Anything that can make our people prosperous, we have to have a hand in it. That means while we are in this captivity, if you are able to invest in real estate, do so. If you are able to invest in a trucking company, do so. The Negro mind is all about nonsense, but the Israelite mind is about getting things done for the Most High through Hamashiach and for the betterment of himself and his people, those that want to move forward. Shalom to Sister Israel Grace. Shalom, my dear sister. Shalom. Brother Israel Grace. Shalom. Shalom, my dear brother. Shalom. Now let's see what he says. Let's go to page 106. Oftentimes, what do? We tend to be wasteful. We tend to waste money on nonsense. That is not the Israelite mind. Why? Let's go to the classic Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 6. Because money is a defense. But let's get Ecclesiastes first. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 12. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, and verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. So if money is a defense, that means that means if money is a defense, that means money is a weapon that we can use to defend ourselves. We should, Proverbs 4 and verse 7 now. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing, meaning that proper application of knowledge is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding, get common sense. Let's see what Carter G. Woodson said about some mothers back then. Let's go to the book of The Miseducation of the Negro, page 106. No, page 107. This undesirable attitude toward life results from the fact that the Negro has learned from others how to spend money much more rapidly than he has learned how to earn it. They say in the black community, in the so-called black community, the black dollar does not even spend one day in the neighborhood. That is a problem. That is a problem, Israel. The Bible opens our eyes on life, shows us how to live life. Many of us are poor. Many of us are going through major financial issues. Not because we do not have money. No, it is because we do not know how to manage money. Many of us, we think that we can make it rain every day, spending money on nonsense. This undesirable attitude toward life results from the fact that the Negro has learned from others how to spend money much more rapidly than he has learned how to earn it. During these days, therefore, it will be very wise for Negroes to concentrate on the wise use of money. That was way back. You see, Israel, the Most High always has a remnant. The Most High always leaves a remnant to show our people the way. Wise use of money. When you learn the word of Yah, when you do your best to keep the commandments of Yah in your life, the Most High will open your eyes on a lot of things. The Most High through Mashiach will open your eyes on a lot of things. Let's go to the book of Psalm. chapter 119, verse 125. I am thy servant. Give me understanding. We need common sense. The Israelite mind is about common sense. The Negro mind is about nonsense. The Negro mind is about nonsense, whereas the Israelite mind is about common sense. The Negro mind is about nonsense, whereas the Israelite mind is about common sense. Verse 126, Psalm 119, verse 126. It is time for thee, Most High, to work, for they have made void thy law. America does not live by the laws of Yah. Verse 127. Therefore I love thy commandments above gold, yea, above fine gold. Verse 120, Psalm 119, verse 128. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right. That is what the Lord does to us. It opens our eyes on many things. The Negro mind is about nonsense, whereas the Israelite mind is about common sense. Therefore I esteem, Psalm 119, verse 128, therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way. The way we are living in America is not okay. Where we are spending money on frivolous nonsense, where we are wasting money on nonsense, where we think that we can live any way we want to, where we think that, oh, we are not in Israel, therefore we cannot keep the Passover. Yes, Israel grace. Yes, the Most High has been a miracle worker to us forever. Israel, let us have the Israelite mind, because the Israelite mind does this. Let's see what it does. Psalm 1, verse 1. The Israelite mind is not about gossiping. It is not about nonsense. It is not about hating your brother and sister. It is not about trying to hurt your brother or sister in any way, shape, or form. It does this. But his delight is in the law of Yah, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. As a real Jew, as a man of Yah, a woman of Yah, you meditate on the commandments to know how you should live and how you should not live, to know what to do and what not to do. That is what the Israelite mind is about keeping the commandments of Yah, about loving your brothers and sisters the same way you love yourself. The Israelite mind is about moving forward. The Israelite mind is about furthering the gospel. The Negro mind is about standing still. We have 5 more minutes. What do you think about the class? What is your question on this topic? Many of us have the Negro mind. In fact, oftentimes the Negro mind will show itself up. That is the old man. The old man will show itself up off and on. Oftentimes it will show itself. It is your job as Israelite, as real Jews, as men that has an Israelite mind, as a woman of Yah who has an Israelite mind, to chase it away, to make sure you meditate, you stay on that path, which is keeping the commandments of Yah, applying the laws of Yah in your life, for you not to falter. Shalom, shalom to all of you. Shalom. We have 5 more minutes. Any questions on this topic? While we are at it, Israel Grace, my brother, will we see you at the Passover? Those of you who are currently watching, I see that there are 7 of you online right now watching. Who will be at the Passover? Brother Israel Grace, will we see you at the Passover, brother? Will we see you? Will we see you with your white and gold? Sister Lisa, you will be there, my sister. We'll be happy to see you. Israel, the Passover will be a great gathering. When brothers say that we cannot keep the Passover because we are not in Israel, all they are doing, all they want to do is to put you back into sin, meaning that to bring you back into to bring the old men back. That is all they want to do, to make you go back into sinning. Sister Lisa is coming from Jacksonville, Florida. My dear sister, we will be happy to have you. It will be a pleasure to see you. Passover 2024. All praises to Yahweh Mashiach. We are doing all the preps are being done, are getting done, meaning that everything is, we are putting everything in place. Those of you who want to be there with us, we are not asking you to pay for the Passover. No. What are we asking you to do? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 16. Let's see what the Most High Mashiach says in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 16. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 16. Verse 1. Observe the month of Abib and keep the Passover unto the Most High thy power. Verse 16. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Most High thy power in the place which he shall choose. Males, because why? 90% of the time the men are clean. Our sisters, when they are on their cycle, they are unclean. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Most High thy power in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread. That is the Passover and the remaining days of that feast. So for Passover, Israel, let us get together. As you already know, the contribution for a family of 4 is $200 plus $25 for any additional person. A couple will pay $150. A single person will pay $100. Plain and simple. Meaning that we'll contribute $100. That's all. Israel, you know, for us to bring you these classes, we ought to use the AC. we are to use the electricity as well, as much as you can, or as less as you can. Donate to this ministry via $THEELOZ. Or you can Zelle your donation to 954-297-3705. You can see that is where we are doing the work of Yah. We are doing our best to make sure that these classes come straight to you. Let's go to the book of Psalm chapter 72 and verse 18. The book of Psalm chapter 72 and verse 18. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of our brother Israel Grace. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of our sister Lisa. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of all those who are currently watching. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of our sister Deborah Dennis in Chatham, Massachusetts. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of our brother Lemwa Allah. Blessed be the Most High Power, the power of Israel, the power of our dear elder Emrem Israel. Shalom to all of you. Shalom, Israel. Let us end with Psalm 133. Israel, check to see if the light of Zion is doing the work of Yah. Check to see if the light of Zion is preaching the gospel as is. The word gospel means good news. Check to see if the light of Zion is applying Isaiah 49 verse 5 to make for our sisters to become Proverbs 31s and our men to become Isaiah 13 and 12s. Check to see if the light of Zion is doing this work before you donate any money to the light of Zion. Let's end with Psalm 133. The book of Psalm, chapter 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that went down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. Bahashem, Hamashiach Yahawashai, Thawada, Famyad, Aman. Shalom, Yahshua, shalom to all of you. May the Most High Mashiach bless you all to give us a new spirit, a new mind, so that we can learn his commandments, keep them, do them, and have faith in the Mashiach Yahawashai. For us to leave the Negro mind behind and to espouse the Israelite mind. For us to have the Israelite mind to be sinless in the eyes of Yah. To do our best to be sinless in the eyes of the Most High through HaMashiach Yahawashai. Shalom, Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Shalom.